Ladies, let's get in formation. Today I'm going to be talking about 5 awesome financial books that were written by women for women. Welcome back. This is the Wanderluster, where each week we talk about financial topics that will help you spark your sense of adventure so you can live an amazing life on your terms. Today we're going to be talking about 5 awesome financial books that were written by women for women, and this was inspired by an awesome podcast I heard recently called the Wander Wealthy Podcast, hosted and created by Tess Wicks. She was talking about the investment gap. Now, you've probably heard about the pay gap, where women on average earn less than their male counterparts. Gosh, that's a mouthful. But did you know that on average, we have a tendency to also take those lower earnings? We don't invest as much as our male counterparts, and that is not good. But good news in the good news department, when we do invest, we see better results from those investments. But for whatever reason, women just aren't investing. And since we're earning less than men, we gotta change that. So it's time to get empowered about your money and excited about your cash so you can invest more and have the life that you want to live. It doesn't have to be scary. My first book recommendation, and this one is excellent for beginners, is called The Financial Diet by Chelsea Fagan, and it's also designed by Lauren, who is, I believe, the designer for the site, and it is a gorgeous site, let me tell you. They also have a YouTube channel, which is pretty great. I will go ahead and link that below. And this book is really good for anybody who's just going down the financial empowerment path to figure out their money and get excited and figure out what to cut and how to live an amazing and beautiful life no matter what their budget. I highly recommend The Financial Diet, and it's really good for millennials to figure out a budget, to also figure out how to take care of yourself and adults and do so on whatever budget you may have. I highly recommend you check out this book, The Financial Diet by Chelsea Fagan. Give it a look-see. My second book recommendation is really good if you're struggling with a money mindset that isn't serving you any longer. Maybe you feel like an imposter because you're earning more money than you used to. Maybe you feel out of control because you just simply are spending more than you earn and you don't know how to reel it in. You may have hang-ups about money or financial mistakes you've made in the past or weird relationships with your parents. This book is good for all of that. And it's called You Are a Badass at Making Money by Jen Sincero. Yeah, ladies, you need to learn how to make more money, because I've talked about frugality for years, and I found that sometimes you can pinch the value out of every dollar, but if you're not making a lot of dollars, especially with this gender pay gap, which really sucks, you need to learn how to make more money and be excited about your money and get in the right mindset to earn more and to be smart with it and make it serve you instead of you serving it. So highly recommend. This was written by Jen. She also did You Are a Badass, the yellow book. I'm sure you've seen it everywhere. But this one is a highly recommended second edition to her first book, which is called You Are a Badass. My next book recommendation is actually from a friend of mine. So, hey, good job, girlfriend, on getting published. The Broken Beautiful Life by Stephanie O'Connell. This lady is a little powerhouse. I will say she lives in New York City, and she is such an approachable voice in personal finance. All of her content is really good, inspiring, and she's made her rounds on the circuit. She's been on TV a couple times, like pretty much everywhere, and she's written pretty much everywhere. This girl gets coverage. Her book is written by a millennial for other millennials, and you know what? If you want to support a woman entrepreneur, I would highly recommend you check out and buy this book or get it from your library. And really, I would say on the back of the book, it says The Broken Beautiful Life offers practical strategies to make smarter financial decisions today as means to fulfill the goals and dreams of tomorrow. That's why it's a summary on the back of the book, because that's exactly what I would say. I would highly recommend you give Stephanie's book a check out. It will be worth the read. It's a pretty easy read, but it's also inspiring, and it gives you a couple peeks into her life and how she made it work for herself. She is an actress, an entrepreneur, and she's living in New York City. Really inspiring. I would highly recommend you check out this book. I would be remiss if I didn't talk about Your Money or Your Life by Vicki Robin. This is a classic, and many of the people in the FIRE movement, which I'm a part of, the Financial Independence Retire Early community that I identify with, talk about this book as being a total game changer for them. What would you do if somebody had a gun to your head right now and asked you your money or your life? you'd give them your money, right? We all want to have a more fulfilled and rich, empowering life, yet our financial decisions often don't align with that. Your Money or Your Life basically talks about the consumerist mindset that keeps so many of us trapped in the financial choices we're making that actually enslaves us instead of making us feel better about ourselves. And I really think that this one's a classic. It was published a couple years back, and there's a new edition other than this one out. But she's a real powerhouse, and if you are excited about retiring early, this is kind of the lady, along with her co-author Joe Dominguez, who sparked it all, so check it out. This final book recommendation is hot off the presses, and I couldn't be more excited about it. The Feminist Financial Handbook by Bryn Conroy. Oh my god! So, this book goes where other financial books do not want to go, where they don't want to talk about, which is mainly the, feminist issues like the gender pay gap, maternity leave, mental health, Medicare, Medicaid, scholarships, the fun stuff, right? That only somebody who is a female would probably have to deal with or care about, though everyone should care about those things. I have to say, I've also met Bryn in real life, and she is a peach of a human being. Support this woman, support the fact that she's published, and support the fact that we are now, as a world, tackling feminist issues, because feminist issues are everybody's issues. And really, I just love this book. She goes into a lot of really great topics that other books, like I said before, simply don't touch. And I just support her book. It is really good. And I don't even know what to say. I'm just so freaking pumped I can't even use words anymore. But her book's available on Amazon. In fact, all of these books are available on Amazon, so you should check them out. I do have one last recommendation, and I don't have this one with me, but I would highly recommend any books from Farnoosh Torabi. She made a book called You're So Money. It was one of the first books I read on my personal finance path to empowerment. Back when I was in grad school, I got it at the library, and I really liked it. It was good, so I'd highly recommend you check out her work. Farnoosh also gets around on TV and podcasts, and I believe she's in Oprah magazine now, pretty sure about that. She also published a great book called When She Makes More, which I have on my bookshelf, and I don't know why I didn't grab that one, but You're So Money is the one I recommend to get started with, so there you have it. So that's a little bonus recommendation for you there. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please, like I said in a previous video, learn about your finances, invest in yourself, don't be overwhelmed. Take the first step simply by getting a book and giving it a read. Luckily, we live in an age now where there are unique voices coming into the personal finance space. People from all walks of life are telling their own financial stories and will be something you can identify with and relate to. So there's really no excuse for you not to get involved and get empowered and educated about your money so it can work for you and you can fund your travel, your retirement, starting a family, whatever calls to you and speaks to your soul. Your money is the vehicle to help get you there, and it doesn't have to be scary anymore. Anyway guys, thank you so much for tuning in and spending your time with me. I hope this video was helpful for you. I will be putting out new videos each and every week on Wednesday, so please go ahead and hit that subscribe button below so you are sure not to miss a video, and also ring that bell so you make sure you get notifications. I honor and value your time, and I know you could spend it any way you want. I'm honored that you spent it with me. Until next time guys, thanks so much, and I'll see you again. Bye! Just gotta Google it.